Yellow class, I hope you had a great Thursday. Today is Friday, so I'm just going to talk you through the learning for today. And in case you haven't noticed, we lose a bit of track of time these days, but today is the 1st of May, so...
A pinch and a punch for the first of the month.
And Bagsy, no returns of any sort.
Sheep.
You have to make sure you get that in before 12 o'clock, otherwise you're not allowed to do that. Right, so today we're starting off with some of those soft C and G words in our phonics. If you want today, you could start off with the pairs. You could mix the C and the G words together so that you're mixing them up, and you could play a big game of pairs with those. And then we're going to write some words. So you will need a piece of paper and a pen so that you can write some words down. So you might want to pause the video and then we'll get started on the words. Right, are we ready? First word, pace. What pace did you run at? Ginger. My friend has ginger hair. Germ. Please don't catch the germ. Dice. Can you roll a number 3 on the dice? Rice. Would you like rice with your dinner? And singe. Singe is a funny word. It's a bit like burnt. When you just burn something on the edges, you call it to singe something. Don't singe my rice. Right, let's have a look at those words. So, first word, pace, P, A, and you've got the curly K, you've got the E, it's making that soft C sound. Ginger, J, I, N, J, and again, both of those are soft G's, making that J sound because they're followed by the I and the E. Germ, J, M, dice, D, I, S. Rice, spelled the same as dice, but you have that at the beginning. And singe, S-I-N-G, singe. Okay, so those were our words to write today. Right, let's have a look. Our guided reading activity for today is one-to-one reading. I would really hope that you are reading quite a bit, as much as you can with your parents. I know it's tricky where you're not able to change your books, but if you haven't been reading, today is the day. I'd really like you to make sure that you do at least 10 minutes reading one-to-one with somebody. I know that some people, I've heard from your parents, that you're using things like Skype or FaceTime to read to other members of your family. So that would be really good if you wanted to do that. It doesn't matter who you're reading to, just as long as you are reading to somebody. Right, we're going to start off with our maths. We're going to count back from 100 in twos. Now let's look at the pattern of those numbers. So if we remember from counting up, when we count in twos starting from 0, it's 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. So when we're counting back, it starts on that 0 and then we come back to the 8. So 100, 98, 96, 94, 92, 90, 88, 86, 84, 82, 80, 78, 76, 74, 72, 70, 68, 68, 64, 62, 60, 58, 56, 54, 52, 50, 48, 46, 44, 42, 40, 38, 36, 34, 32, 30, 28, 26, 24, 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. I always find that one a bit tricky and always get a bit lost on that one, so it's a good job I managed to get there today. Right, we're going to have a quick look at some shapes on the whiteboard over here today. Right, I want you to have a quick look at these shapes. See if you can work out what shapes we've got there. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to have a look and then we'll go through their names. Right, let's have a look at these shapes. So the first shape here is well done, is a circle. A circle has one edge, which is special because it is curved. Oh, our next shape here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 edges. Can we remember the name of that one? Give you a clue, begins with a pentagon. Well done. It's got 5 straight edges and 5 vertices. Oh, nice easy one. 1, 2, 3 edges. This one is a triangle. Well done. So you've got 3 edges and 3 vertices. Oh, let's look at this one on the end. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 edges. And there's something special about all of those edges. What do we notice about the length of them? Well done, that's right, they are all the same length. This is a square. And a square, we've talked a little bit about this, has got 4 right angles in each of the corners. Down here, we've got this shape which we end up giving sort of 2 names to. This shape here is an oblong. So an oblong has got 2 long sides and 2 short sides. We've got a shape here, and obviously you may have said rectangle for this one. We just have to be a bit careful because when you read the definition, technically a square is a rectangle, so we do call this one an oblong, but I know sometimes it does get called a rectangle as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we've got 6 straight edges on this one. This is a hexagon. Well done. Oh, last one. Can you guess? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 edges. 8 straight edges. This is an octagon. Well done. Right, today we are thinking about telling the time, and in your pack you've got a little clock made. I've photocopied it on cards so that you can make this clock. I didn't unfortunately have enough split pins at school. You might have to put a pencil through the hands and then through the back of the clock so that you can turn it round. I know you're very resourceful and I'm sure you'll come up with lots of ideas. Maybe a cocktail stick might work through all of those. Now today all of you should be able to do these 2 here. You should be able to tell the time to the o'clock and the past. Most of you should be able to do 5, 10, 20 and 25 minutes past and quarter past. So that's when your hand is coming round this side of the clock, and each of these we have to remember we count round in our 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, but 15's got that special name quarter past because it's a quarter of the way round. Oh look, I've got a typo there, didn't spot that one. Sorry, that's supposed to say and. So on the last one, now most of you, but a few of you should be able to do this. So most of you, this should be your challenge today, and that is looking at times to the hour. So when we come up the clock, we've got 25 minutes to, 22, and again this hand is 3/4 of the way round. This gets called quarter to, 10 to, 5 to, and then we are back at o'clock. So make sure today you are having a go at reading some times and also making some times. So get somebody to give you a bit of a test so you're making some times. Right, today we are looking at adding the ly suffix. Suffixes are groups of letters which we add to the end of words. Well done. So we're looking at this ly suffix here. So when we look at these words, there are some rules that we might know. When we're looking at these words, we have some words which we call regular words. And what would we do to a regular word to add a suffix? We wouldn't do anything. There's nothing that we would do to those words. We can just add that suffix on the end. We've got some words that end in a Y. What happens to these words when there's a Y on the end of them? Yeah, often the Y becomes an I, and in this case today it becomes an I to add our Y. And then sometimes we've got some words, sometimes if they end in an E or an ally, what we have to do is we have to take that off so we can then add that suffix on the end. These are the 3 spelling rules that you might need today. Have a look carefully at those words, write them out. When you've done that, have a go at using those words to write some sentences. Try again to think of some different pronouns, not just I. Think about where you put those words. They are adverbs, lots of them, so they are words that describe the verbs. So do you want them right next to the verb? I slowly walked upstairs. Do you want to put them at the beginning of the sentence? Slowly I walked upstairs. Or do you want to put them at the end? I walked up the stairs slowly. Think about that, because those words, you can use them to make the words, you can make sentences sound different, thinking about how you use them. So our next session is our handwriting. Let's have a little look at our handwriting today. We are on Friday, so we've just got a few words left to do. Oh, we've got dice, and we've already done dice. So we've got all low letters apart from that tall D. We've got slice, so we've got our wiggly S, our tall L, a short I, a curly C, and then we curl round for that E. Oh, gymnastics, goodness me, that was a bit ambitious. Gymnastics, we've got a G that's low, a Y that's low, up, down, over for the M. Gym, then we've got an N, A, S, tall T, oh, we're going to collide. We've got the C and the S on the end. You don't need to bend your words round. And then gently. Oh, this gives you a little bit of a clue for our last activity. Gentle ends in an L-Y, an L-E. We take that off to add that L-Y on the end. So that's our handwriting for today. Now, our science session today, Mrs. Welling has put in your pack, and I think it's this one. We couldn't quite find it today, but we think it's this one here. And what she wants you to think about is the life cycle of an oak tree. So if you have a look through this PowerPoint, which is in your pack, think about the life cycle of an oak tree. And then what Mrs. Welling would really like you to do is have a go at drawing your own life cycle, okay, of an oak tree. So have a go at drawing that life cycle. And our last little bit today is about keeping active. I know it's very difficult when it's wet and cold outside. I have put on here, and I will put it on the website, this is the Friday finisher from James at the New Forest School Sports Partnership. I will put all the cards up on the website for today, and I will make sure that next week's cards are up there. If you do any of these little challenges that James sets, if you get a score of how well you've done them, send them to me, and then I can send them off to him. And I do think there are some prizes for the people that do the best, but I'm not quite sure about that one. Have a great Friday, and I will see you all on Monday. And those of you that know me know that Monday is quite a special day, because it is Monday, May the 4th. So yes, we will be celebrating Star Wars Day in true style in the Munns household. So I hope you all look forward to getting ready to see the Star Wars Day. I will see you all on Monday. Have a good weekend.